Happy Friday, everyone. The weekend is almost here, and we have a birthday to kickstart the weekend celebration off. Happy birthday, Brittany. Before we get to the work set, let's talk about our warm-up today. We're gonna warm up the legs a little bit. Wide stance good morning for 1 to side lunge for 2, 3 to 5 reps. Single leg RDL for 3 to 5 a side, standing lunge for 3 to 5 a side, and a bridge of 10 to 20 reps. Loaded or unloaded, it's up to you on that one. 2 to 3 rounds, take that down. Then we'll move down to the next phase. We're going to work on some sumo squats, 3 to 5, just to open up the hips and the ankles at a 3-3-3 tempo. From there, dumbbell push press. Sorry, I can't say that again. Lost the ability to speak there for a second. Dumbbell pause dip. There we go. 3 reps at a 2-second hold into dumbbell push press for 3 to 5. And then we're going to play around with something for mobility purpose, which we'll talk about. It's a dumbbell overhead dip for 3 at a 2-second, which is going to help kind of build that receiving position for the jerk. After that, we have a dumbbell lateral jump over for 20 seconds, 10-second rest, 2 times through that, 3 to 5 rounds through that work set to get you fired up, ready for action into our work set. Three rounds of this work set today for our happy birthday Brittany and our lead into the weekend. 3 rounds front lunge of 36 alternating reps, unloaded, so no load there, into a push press or jerk for 7 reps, and a dumbbell deadlift for 20 reps. So nice chunk of work there, 3 rounds. It's not going to take a super long amount of time. It'll be a nice short gasser, good chance to work on just some overhead work and a little bit more pulling and stretching out those hamstrings from the previous days. So let's get you warmed up, ready for action, and we'll have some fun today. All right, you guys, let's warm up a little bit. Let's get our feet under those hips. We're gonna take those arms big and tall up overhead. We're gonna stretch to one side, and then we're gonna stretch to the other side. We'll come back to center and give ourselves a nice shrug. Keeping those arms straight, we'll pull them down, and then give ourselves a shrug. And then pull them down, and then one more time, a shrug. And then pull them down. Scratch your back, and then reach through the elbow. Come back up, big stretch up overhead. Scratch your back, big reach through the elbow. Oh yeah, big stretch up. Hands out to the T, we'll turn them in, turn them out, turn them in, and out, and in, and out. Big stretch. And a forward fold, we'll touch those toes, walk up those shins. We'll come down, frame a foot, step back into our lizard. Nice and square in that lizard, we'll take the inside hand up. We're going to lower that hand down. We'll take the outside hand up to the side. Plant that hand, inside hand up. Come back down, outside hand up. Back down, inside hand up to the sky. Back down, outside hand up to the sky. Back down. We'll step back into our down dog. Setting up those shoulders. Solid position. We'll walk the heels out a little bit. Nice and gentle. From here, we're going to come back into our plank. Step that other foot up. Inside hand is going to reach way up. Come back down. Outside hand, reach up. Back down. Inside hand, reach up. Back down. Outside hand. One more time through, inside hand, back down, outside hand, back down, step back. Nice down dog, set the shoulders, walk the heels out a little bit more, just linking them up a bit, getting them prepped, getting them fired up. Come back to the center, into that nice plank, tiptoe those feet. Roll ourselves up, waking ourselves up for the day, and bring those hands back down. Let's get you guys ready for action. So, pause the video if you'd like to do a little bit more, maybe cat-cow curls, some threaded needles, some scapular push-ups, whatever you want to do, some more lizard. Pause it, take it down. We're going to move into that first phase of work, which is going to really focus on the lower half of the body, and then we'll get you going. So first things first, we're going to get into a nice wide stance. All right, so something that you're going to be able to do a side lunge with. We're going to squeeze our glutes at the top. We're going to pull the hips back, soft knees, keeping that back super flat and straight. We're going to slowly come back up, establish that good standing position, and then we're going to take our hip to our heel, letting that knee track the toe. I always like to think about squatting mechanics as I do these side lunges, so I can load that ankle, load that knee, staying tall and upright, and then pressing through that leg to come back up to standing, and then again, loading that leg with control, staying upright, pressing through that leg, standing tall. That'd be 1 rep. And then I take it back through again, working through that good morning, standing tall, pulling back into that nice side lunge position, waking up the ankles, taking it back down, and again, just moving at that nice, slow, steady state pace. Doesn't have to be fast, doesn't have to be slow. Give yourself that dose of what you need to do the most. After our wide stance, good morning to side lunge, you're going to take down some single leg RDLs. With that single leg RDL, again, I'm going to stand to the side so you can see profile. My setup position, if I have a dumbbell, is no different. I'm going to take my balancing leg, I'm going to have that balance. The other toe is going to go slightly behind, and I'm going to pull my hips back like my deadlift and allow that leg just to travel just above the floor. Keeping that back upright, taking that dumbbell to the knee, I'm going to stand up nice and tall. I can keep that toe down in between reps for balance and stability. So again, I pull back into that good deadlift hinge, finding my hamstring and my glute, and then stand. We explored this variation last time we did these as well. If you'd like, and you have trouble with the balance and finding your hamstring, there's nothing wrong with setting that toe up behind, so a little bit of balance, and then pulling back, staying weighted in this balancing leg, but this toe stays down so that we can really focus on finding our glute and hamstring in that hinge. I still do the same engagement. I still pull my hips back. I still maintain that good upright body, but I just have that toe on the floor to help stabilize and or allow me to find that glute and hamstring. Play with it, enjoy it, see how it goes, especially in the first round of warm-up. That might be a nice way to ease into that single leg RDL. If you would like to use a little bit of load later on as well, you can hold the dumbbell to the front, just like so. You can hold it on the same leg of the side that goes back, if you'd like. You can also hold it on the same side as the balancing. So you can hold it for any position there. And you can also hold the load in that variation where we keep the toe on the floor, working on finding that glute and hamstring and finding that position. So play, experiment, make it yours, you guys. Make sure you're giving that hamstring and that hip hinge the dose you need. From there, we're going to move into our standing lunge. So again, just working on the skill and warming up our lunge for our workout. So I'm going to set my feet up so I have about a squat stance distance apart, and length is going to be dependent on you. So from here, I'm going to set up, I'm going to squeeze my glutes, so I stabilize. I'm going to lower down with control. I'm going to stand tall, and then continue on. From the side, that looks like so. I get myself set up in my wide stance, 50-50 weight. My back heel's off the floor, my toe points straight ahead. I squeeze my glutes, I lower down with control, and I rise back up. So I'm just taking my time to work on the depth and range that I have with control. I don't want you to come down and fall. I want you to have control all the way to end range and then all the way up. Even if that's not all the way to the floor, that's okay. Build it over time. After that, we lay down, firing up those glutes some more. If you'd like to load this, you can. If not, that's fine too. We got our hands just outside the heels, shoulders right to the floor. I'm gonna squeeze, lifting, keeping my ribs in, and then lower down. There's no holds, but I always like to give myself a little beat at the top, a little beat at the down, so I give myself a chance to kind of own that movement on either side of the bridge. So take your time. If you're going to load it, we're going to put that on the hips and just give yourself that chance to get some heat going, get things fired up. Quick recap, we have a wide stance, good morning, for 1 rep into a side lunge for 2. Do that 3 to 5 times. Single leg RDL, one of the 2 versions that I showed you. Loaded or unloaded for 3 to 5 reps per side. Standing lunge, 3 to 5 per side. If you'd like to load that as well, you can. Bridge, 10 to 20, 2 to 3 rounds. It's going to get that lower half really fired up, get things kind of getting going first thing in the morning or whenever you choose to take this down, but it's going to get things kind of moving in the right Pause the video, take that down, have some fun with it. Come join me. We're going to work on a little bit of dumbbell work coming up soon with a cool little new movement. So our movements start off with a sumo squat, and we're going to start off with that wider stance squat just to open up the hips again some more and open up those ankles. So my toes are turned slightly out. I'm going to stand up nice and tall, and I'm going to press my knees out a little more than I normally would for a squat. Not so much that I pull my toes off the floor, but enough that the knees track the toes. So I find that good strong squat, maintain the depth that I can maintain good back position with, and make sure that I'm trying to stay tall in body. So I'm making sure that my squat mechanics don't differ even though my stance gets wider, okay? After that, we're gonna pick our dumbbell up and we're gonna work through our push press and some skill development with our push press. So I'm gonna do a couple from the side and the front. I'm gonna clean the dumbbell up first, up to the shoulder, so it's in that front rack position. The elbow slightly down and forward. I'm pressing into that dumbbell so I stay tight. I'm gonna work on my dip, so it's gonna work on opening up the hips and the ankles for that push press. I stay vertical, I dip straight down, keeping my feet flat and my knees going straight, slightly out. I'm gonna hold for 2 seconds, stand tall. I dip, hold for 2 seconds, stand tall. Squeezing your glutes before you do the dip will keep that dip nice and strong and allow you to get to your depth, not where we're going too deep. After that, I'm gonna go right into my push press. So I'm gonna get a nice smooth dip, drive overhead, I'll come back down, set, I'll get that good push press, dip, big drive, come back down, and I'm gonna do anywhere from 3 to 5 reps. On my last rep of the set, I'll keep the dumbbell up, and what I'm gonna work on is keeping the dumbbell up and coming down into the bottom of the dip. So I'm not going very deep. I'm staying vertical, I squeeze my glutes, I dip a little bit to work on that overhead position, and stand. And what this is gonna help do, it's gonna help wake your shoulder up in your overhead range, but it's also going to allow you to work on building strength and stability in your receiving position for the push jerk. Even if you're not quite jerking the dumbbell yet, that's okay. You can start building that strength in that receiving position so that when you're comfortable to do the jerk, you can jerk it. From here, from the side, same idea. I'm gonna get that nice dumbbell up to the shoulder. I get myself set up, my feet just outside my hips. I'm going to dip and hold, keeping the shoulder over top of the hip. Weight through the midfoot and the knees out. I stand, I take it down. I hold for 2 seconds, stand, take it down. So I'm working that pause dip and stand. From there, I work that same dip, no pause, to get the dumbbell overhead. So I work on that good smooth dip. Come back down. On the last rep, I hold it overhead and I work on that same dip, staying vertical in shoulder. So in a straight line, my dumbbell, shoulder, hip are all in a straight line up and down. My weight through my midfoot, and I'm just gonna hold that for 2 to 3 seconds per dip so that I can work on opening up that receiving position. Challenging little movement if you're a little stiffer overhead. If you find that you can't get to your normal dip depth, don't worry about it. Just take it to where you can maintain that nice alignment. After that, we're gonna work on a movement that's just gonna get the heart rate up. I'm gonna put my dumbbell down. I'm gonna work on lateral hops or skips or steps. I could do a high knee step over if I'd like. I could do that quick little skip step, or again, work on that rebound, taking it back and forth. You do that for 20 seconds. That gets the heart rate up, the heat going real fast. You're gonna rest for 10, and you're gonna do it again. So if you'd like to kind of vary those movements, build up to the jumping, please be my guest. Do so, get yourself ready in the way you need to today. 3 to 5 rounds of that. As a quick recap, we have our sumo squat, 3 to 5 reps, 3, 3, 3, so 3 second down, 3 second pause, 3 second stand. Dumbbell pause dip, 3 reps at a 2 second hold in the bottom. Dumbbell push press for 3 to 5, and then you're gonna do a dumbbell overhead dip, 3 reps, 2 second hold. Finishing off that work set, dumbbell lateral jump over, 20 seconds, 10 second rest, 2 times, and then you'll hit that whole thing, 3 to 5 rounds. I am going to say one more thing about that overhead dip drill. It's much easier to do with a single arm, so if you find that you struggle overhead, please do so with a single arm overhead hold and dip, opposed to a double. If being overhead is not such a big deal, you can do that movement with 2 hands overhead and 2 dumbbells, but it is going to be a little bit more challenging and in terms of your mobility and your range. So play with it, maybe play single for a little while, try a double as you start getting more warmed up if you struggle with that overhead position. Pause the video, take that down, have some fun with it, you guys, get that heart rate going, work that skill. We're going to talk about what's coming up in the workout and get you guys ready. So our workout today is 3 rounds, 36 total front lunges, unloaded, so it's just nice and steady, moving those legs. So from there, what we're going to work on is just step, lower, stand tall, step, lower, stand tall, working through a nice set of 36 lunges. If you're more comfortable going to the back, please do so, but I'll also have some other options at the bottom for you if you want to experiment with some different stuff there as well. So take a peek at the bottom, pick your adventure and have some fun with it. After that, we're going to work on the push press or the jerk, 2 hands or a single, depending on what you have access to at home. So again, with the work set, I'll clean my dumbbell up, I'll get set, and I'm going to work through my push press. I can work on rebounds if I like, just that nice solid dip drive, nice and vertical, and work on my 7. If I have a single dumbbell, I'll do 4 and 3, or whatever it happens to be, nice and set. And then if I'm going to work the jerk, it's the same dip, same drive. The only difference is we land in that receiving position you're practicing in that overhead dip drill. So we work on that dip, we drive up, land in that little dip, stand tall, bring the dumbbell down. So again, working on getting that nice drive through the hips and that good aggressive press down under the dumbbell. So if you're comfortable jerking, do some dumbbell jerks. If not, do some push press, have some fun with it, get that dumbbell moving overhead well and efficiently, and see where it takes you. After that, you're going to work on a dumbbell deadlift. So we can work on either a single hand or double. You can do a sumo or a conventional, but the movement is the same. I'm going to stand profile to you. I'm going to take it from between my feet and take it down to get set. I stand. All right, I'm going to transition to a more conventional stance so my feet come under. The dumbbells will be held to the side. I take the hips back and down so the dumbbells either touch the floor or somewhere below the knee, and I stand. So I'm going to work on that nice smooth deadlift, working on that position, and taking it nice and steady for that pull. So I'm driving through those legs, working on that good deadlift, and maintaining that good back position. If you can, all right, taking that nice, after that push jerk or push press, come right down to the hang and start into those deadlifts right from there. I'm totally fine with this well if you have multiple sets of dumbbells at home. If you want to go a little lighter for the overhead, a little heavier for the deadlift, totally fine with that. Play with it, have fun with it, see where it takes you. All right. So as a recap for this work set, we have 3 rounds. We have 36 front lunges or back, or you can check the workout description for some other options. Push press or jerk for 7 reps. And then we have our dumbbell deadlift for 20 reps. If you're doing a single dumbbell, you'll split the jerks up 4-3, whatever happens to be, 3-4, mixing and matching throughout the 3 rounds. And or for the deadlift, you'll do 10 on one side, 10 on the other side, working through that good deadlift, getting a total count of those reps. Have fun with today's workout, you guys. Enjoy. It's going to be relatively quick, but there's lots of stuff laid in there. Those glutes are going to get pretty fired up along with that midsection for that overhead press. So have fun today, work for quality. Happy birthday, Brittany. Enjoy your weekend and your birthday celebration. And for everyone else, have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye, you guys.